Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. Today I want to talk to you about something that's left the community fractured, because we're just coming down off the high of the Battle Hour event, and at the end of the event, they didn't announce anything in regards to the future of this game. No Season 4, no Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, which isn't really that much of a surprise, and no future DLC characters. This left a lot of people thinking that Season 3 is the last season. Gogeta, that's going to be the last character. I personally think there's going to be a Season 4. You see, I absolutely rummaged through every piece of evidence I could possibly find in order to put together a case for a Season 4 coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ. So take this with a grain of salt because none of this has been confirmed. Now, first things first, I see a lot of people saying that Gogeta has to be the last character because of his position on the character select screen. Various people believe that this pretty much seals the deal and that's a wrap. That's it. They don't have any more room for DLC characters. And the shape of his actual box that his character is contained in here is a little bit too unique, a little bit too perfect in order for there to be a Season 4. And I'm gonna come right out of the gate and debunk that. Because Dragon Ball FighterZ has went through so many different character select screens in Season 1, it's not even funny. They move things around so many different times that we shouldn't even acknowledge that as an argument. At one point, they had a warped perspective for their character select screen. They had the question mark in a different space. All the characters were also in different spaces, not to mention the fact that they were different sizes, and they didn't even have borders back then. You see, because you gotta understand, the actual character portrait is just a PNG file. It's just an image with no background, a transparent background. Those are easy enough to swap in and out of new templates. Those are easy enough in order to go ahead and make new borders for. That's not something that is really concrete. It's very, very adaptable and very easily edited. So when you think of it like that, seeing as Gogeta is the last character of Season 3, why not go ahead and put him in the center? Why not just even out the character select screen because it's good design? That's not necessarily representation of what's to come for the game. The next point I want to bring up is Xenoverse 2, and you might be thinking, oh, you know, that's a little bit irrelevant. It's not even the same game, but check it out. By the time August 31st hit, 2020, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 sold 6 million copies. And around that time, it was also releasing its 11th update. Now, when we look at Dragon Ball FighterZ, the game is a lot younger. It hasn't been out nearly as long as Xenoverse 2, and by the time it hit December 19th, 2020, it had sold 6 million copies as well. And so far, we've only had 3 seasons. My point here being is Dragon Ball FighterZ is a tremendous moneymaker. The reason they kept Xenoverse 2 going, the reason they keep dishing out new content for the game is because the game makes money. However, Dragon Ball FighterZ makes just as much money in a shorter amount of time, which tells us that the game can be equally as profitable, if not more profitable, if they continue pushing content out for this game. Now, granted, I don't expect a character roster size like Xenoverse. That's a lot of characters, and balancing a game with that many characters is almost impossible. You're going to have some really trash tier characters at that point, and I don't think we'll ever see that many characters in FighterZ. But they don't have to give us 5, 6 characters every single season. They can knock it down to 3 or 4 and people would be okay with that. And there's still a large amount of people that they can choose from the Dragon Ball franchise. People like Tapion, Pikkon. I mean, meta cooler if they want to do duplicates, right? They got Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Buuut. I mean, the list goes on, right? Bergamo, God of Destruction Toppo, the characters from the Moro arc, like the list literally goes on. My point here being is that they can keep this game running for years to come. The hype doesn't have to end here. If anything, I think it's premature for the hype to end here. And while sure we have a lot of the main characters that we already want in the game, like UI Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so on and so forth, so the other characters may not generate as much hype, they certainly will sell. And at the end of the day, Bandai Namco and ArcSys are companies. What do they want? They want money. They want their games to succeed. So they're gonna do what puts money in the bank. Now, this next point I want to make, maybe I'm reading a little bit too deep into it. You guys let me know in the comments down below, but at the end of the event, they literally announce how they're grateful for us supporting the game. They want us to continue to support the game, and they're going to be making battle adjustments in the future. Now, they know just as well as we do. The only way any fan base supports a game is if there's new content to support. If there's no promise of future updates, then games inevitably die. The only way to keep a game alive is to feed it new updates in order to keep people coming, to keep players kind of cycling through the revolving doors of the game. This also leads me to rollback netcode. With the current state of the world right now, we can't have offline play. And for this reason, rollback netcode is more important than ever, and if they want us to keep supporting this game, they have to do something about rollback netcode. In a recent interview, one of the developers for ArcSys literally said that they're looking at past games in order to see what games are worth bringing rollback netcode to. And a game that makes 6 million copies sold seems like it's pretty worth it for ROLLBACK, especially if they know it's this much of a moneymaker, and investing this kind of money in it, they'll probably likely see their return on it, especially if they dish out more DLCs. And this leads me to the next point. At the end of the Battle Hour event, they also go on to say that they want to prepare a different type of environment to test our skills in. And we all know they're not changing the lobby system. That's not the environment they're talking about. They're also not talking about levels here. I don't think they would refer to levels like this, right? Like, why would you hype levels up by saying we're going to prepare different types of environments to test your skills in? You see, I believe when they talk about different environments to test our skills in, I think they're talking about ROLLBACK. Like, what else could it be? Would you rather play in the delay-based netcode environment, or would you rather play in the ROLLBACK netcode environment? As I previously just said, ROLLBACK is necessary for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and the current environment that we play in is not suitable for the world we live in right now, where offline is impossible. They need to rig up a new environment for us to play online due to the current state of the world. Now, when I consider all those different things, the amount of points and the amount of reasons to not have a Season 4 seem to kind of go down. They kind of seem to dwindle away and disappear. And this right here is what gives me hope that we will be getting a Season 4 for Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's just too much of a success. So while we might not have gotten any announcements right now, I wouldn't put it too far away. We probably will be hearing something about it soon. And it'll probably be paired up with other announcements of some kind. What those announcements will be, who knows? But I'm pretty confident that we're going to be hearing something soon. Guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, remember to hit the like button. It helps out a bunch. Now, if you guys want to see a ton of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta over the next week, be sure to keep it locked here and subscribe. Join a community that loves this game just as much as you. Also, don't forget to go ahead and check the pinned comment for the rules if you want to be part of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta giveaway. And on that note, I think that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys don't want the fun to stop here, check out this video on the left-hand side of your screen. It's one I think you're really going to enjoy. And the one on the right-hand side, well, that's one YouTube recommends for you. So pick your poison, have yourself a good time. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, but until then, have yourselves a wonderful day.